Microphone check 1 2. I actually started on time today on an unscheduled live stream. I'm gonna get right into it. I'm not gonna play music or intro. I'm just gonna get right into it. This is from phone calls from prison, and we're gonna go over how low a woman can hit to the point where she's begging for the attention of a man in the penitentiary. Not temporarily. This man is in for a very long time. This is, if you haven't heard of it before, Sonia and, of course, Nesto. Here we go.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Cobb County Adult Detention Facility. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up or press your current balance.
I mean, the first thing off, I'm not going to stop this very much. I'm going to just talk through it. But basically, bottom line is this: there is a reason why men are in the penitentiary, and that the majority of them, like 98% of them, are guilty. So basically, you have to understand that if you date somebody who's been in the pen, more than likely, unless they really took in the time to rebuild themselves, they're still the same when they get out.
Balance is $20.02. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
I believe the return rate for prison is like 70%, 78%. That's literally everybody's going back in. Let that sink in.
Are you okay?
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Yeah, good morning. You still working?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Are you?
All right. Ernesto's voice is a little low, so I'm going to pump up the volume just a little bit. Paused it so we don't miss anything. Here we go.
Went to the doctor.
Huh? No, I already went. Yeah.
You okay?
That's
Making
what
sure
that.
your old ass is good.
Sure.
Uh,
What's your old man doing? In the bed?
I'm like, Jackie, did he?
Yeah, you talk so much shit. You shit talking ass. Yeah, I love
I
you.
don't talk shit.
Yeah, you
I
talk
love
shit. I love
you.
you. Yeah, I know you do. Today?
Yeah?
Yeah, I know
Let
you
me
do.
tell you what it is.
What it
Things
is?
be triggering me. I always think about what you say to me. And then when I look at certain things you be having me send you, and every picture is a wedding ring. And so that's just a reminder, a reminder, a reminder, a reminder. So I'm just sitting here like, you always tell me things and you say certain things, and I just don't be
Well,
listening to
can
him.
I
So
ask you
let me listen
what
to him.
okay, what do I be saying? Since you're not a business, what 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 do I be saying?
What do you be saying to me?
Yeah, what do I be saying to trigger you? Let me hear that part. Cause I know exactly what I be saying.
You too. You be pushing me like, you should go and then you should find and you need somebody. And are you ready to be married? And da 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 da. I be sitting there like,
Yeah, so Sonia is in love with Ernesto. Ernesto has a long record of not being, I'm going to be very PG tonight, not very nice to women. Let me put it that way. Basically, he's in for not only that, but he had some brush-ins with child, you know what, as well. So, I mean, the bottom line is this: is that for some reason she does not want to add up. She does not want to do the math. That's basically what's going down. Poor Sonia. She doesn't want to do the math. She really believes a man who's in prison is the best choice she could make. Now, if you looked at Sonia, she's not like super gorgeous, but she looks decent enough that she could probably pull from somebody who's not in prison. But she chose to make this move. So let's go ahead and comfort her.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
they be nudging me. But okay.
I'm your friend. I'm talking as a friend when I'm talking to you like that because there's questions I would like to know that the message that you throw out and what I remember when I was in your face. And now, actually, a year later, it is a year later. So
Right.
I have time to sit here and listen to you thoroughly. That's all. So when I ask you these questions, I'm going by how your emotion attack me, how your emotion be attacking me. This how you be attacking me. I just want to do
Do
this.
you notice this what would you call it? Gaslighting? He is very good. The one thing you can give this guy is he's very good at manipulation and he's very good at controlling people. The problem is that he has no discipline himself. So that's why he's in prison right now. He knows how to manipulate and he knows how to gaslight. The problem is that he's used his last token, as I would put it. Basically, he kept wanting more from people and it got him in trouble. He tried to scam people. He tried to um, SA women. He tried to con men. And all of a sudden, he wakes up one day and he's wearing an orange jumpsuit.
This. And I think I want to be like this today. And I should be like rolling with because you have the opportunity to do whatever you want with your free will of life. You
Right.
have yes, you have the ability to change and switch up whenever you feel like it. You have options. So when I ask you questions, it's just I be trying to check where your head at. That's all. It ain't nothing personal. This is where your head at. And we know what I learned. Hold. Let me show you power. Once I learned power, I started really seeing what power was, and I started seeing the mirage and a fluke.
A good sign of a gaslighter, somebody who does not let you question what they're talking about. In fact, they'll talk over you to keep their gaslight on. And Ernesto does this very well right here. You should check it out. He keeps talking because he knows he has to set up a story or some type of situation that keeps you tied in.
Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't see Obama wearing his ring no more because he had confidence in whatever he was dealing with. I said,
Shout out to Wise Seeking Knowledge in the house.
he wasn't wearing his ring no more. Confident. I seen people who had confidence, whatever they get down was, they didn't give a damn what the normal people was doing or thinking. Then guess what? When I met you, I wasn't wearing one. I wasn't wearing one.
You probably stuck it in your pocket.
No. I lost it. So I ain't never told nobody.
You found it.
Yeah,
you found it because because when you was at the graduation, you had it on. When you was at the Mother's Day picture, you had it on.
Hold on. There you go, channel checking. If I tell you this,
Notice how he's barely letting her talk. The reason why he's not letting her talk is because he does not want her to break up his gaslight vibe he has going on. There's a better word than vibe. But he's trying, he has to put little crumbs of information in her mind to keep her coming back. He can't just let her interact because sooner or later she'll ask questions he doesn't want to answer. So that's why he keeps talking. He needs her in a way. He does. He needs her. He's in prison. Every man needs somebody who's on the outside if he's in prison, and he needs somebody that he can manipulate to control other people in the outside world.
If I tell you, I'm trying to give you patience.
I mean, even if you went and rebought it.
They're not listening.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. If you knew the whole story, you would shut your mouth and say, I love you. I don't have to sit here and play with you and tell you lies and super wet dreams.
Remember now, 2/3 of the reasons why he's in prison right now is because he lied or he did something deceitful. But notice how he is framing himself as the moral person in this conversation, as the one who has the control, the logic, but I will hand one thing out to Sonya. At least she ain't in prison. We have to give it to her for that. But look how this man is running game on this woman. He is from that pimp game era, and he's running that pimp game.
Do that. I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm not gonna water.
No, but you know what you do? But you know what you do?
No.
I go by what you do, not what you don't. I'm about what you do.
What do I do?
What,
What do I do? There's no.
listen, this is what you do. Whenever I speak on something or get a little extra and flirt and whatever. Okay, then. That's what you say. Okay, then.
See, Sonya's catching on. The problem Sonya has is that she wants to be gaslit half of the time. She really does. But what happens is that her natural defenses will, from time to time, come up to the top and let Ernesto know in a very kind way that she knows he's about that bullshit. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down perfectly by saying, wow, he's aggressive. I believe the stories I heard about him. And that poor strawberry lady, she is probably so relieved to disassociate with this ninja. And she definitely did. The one thing we have to say about Shirley Strawberry is when she left, she was gone. She was gone. She did not come back. She waited a little bit too long to be sure, but as soon as she was sure, she was GONE. So give it to Shirley Strawberry for making the right decision. If anything, you should look at her situation closely for an example on how to separate from a narcissist, sociopath, i.e., exactly. I mean, yep, she is just glad.
Okay,
Okay.
All right. That's what you say. That's what you say to me. You're like, okay, then.
Because
okay, thank you. Thank you.
I got my answer.
And you know what that means?
It ain't that hard.
That's a polite blow off. Is what that is.
It's a polite what?
Blow off.
I don't have to blow motherfuckers. I'll say, man, fuck you, motherfucker. I don't give a damn. That's how I roll. I don't sit here and try to shit.
Well, it's not like you're trying.
And it's funny to me, he's saying all that but he's in prison. So I guess whatever his plan was, it didn't work.
The blow me off to be an enemy, but it's just a blow off to say.
Get your words right.
It is a blow off, but listen what you're saying to me.
No, it's not.
You're saying that's nice and that's cute.
Everybody, we're just getting warmed up.
But never mind.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that's nice.
That's just
yeah. One thing I learned about people, you got to do a lot of listening. And when you get your answer by listening, just like I said, hey, man, he sent you that picture? No, I found it because you were listening to detail what I was saying and what he was saying. He said Vegas, you picked that up, you wrote that out in your memory bank in your head to somebody who don't remember shit. As you tell me, you found what you needed to find because of the words. It's the same thing.
She can shut him down anytime she wants. All she has to do is, so why are you in prison? And that's that. Whatever kind of gaslight he has going on or anything like that, really, quite honestly, not only for Sonya's situation, but for any situation. If somebody's doing worse than you, and they're criticizing you, shout out to, I said what I said is in the house. Good seeing you. It's great seeing you. All you have to do is ask them, well, why are you in the predicament you're in, whether it be in prison or broke or on the street. And that'll usually shut them down quick. You covering buckwheat. You nailed it. Here we go.
You get mad because I'm just like you. Are you mad?
I'm confused. I just got lost.
What the fuck are you confused?
I don't know. I just threw me the fuck off. Man, that pimping of yours. Man.
Wait a minute. Wait the fuck. What you talking about?
Remember what I said to you when I first met you? I was like, you're gonna pimp. Are you a pimp? You was like, huh? I was like, man, you got a mouth on you.
No, I do not. I just
You
I
do.
just speaking facts.
Cause I just got thrown real quick, and you just threw me
How the
completely off.
fuck did you get
I'm
so
just,
quick?
cause I'm just thrown. I'm like, I need like a wall to hold on to because I'm thrown right now.
Hold on. Tell me
You
what
just make
part
me lose my
what
bearings
part
here
did you get thrown in?
on all of it.
So why seeking knowledge says Sonia's here is just glad to be in the building, but now she's giving that reality checks to this imprisoned broken buck. Insults and degrading conversation like that will, while she's working for working for free. Right, he is a mess.
Now rewind. Hold on. He threw me the fuck off. I was sitting here like,
What I said says I renamed his.
yeah, that's basically what I need to do, but I can't put you on speaker because I'm at
Let us
work.
know what he renamed him. Definitely let us know. Here we go.
But damn, hold on. Okay. Now, what I'm saying is, you don't talk to me like you keep it safe. Let's say that.
No, what I keep is, if that's what you want to call it, that's fine. I just keep it there. I ain't trying to get nobody into no mix or no bullshit. See, this is going on. No, you don't know what the fuck going on. I'm not talking about you. You understand what I'm saying? So I know what I'm going to do. I know what I have done. I know I ain't got to shoot no shit, no theory.
Oh, everybody knows what you've done, Ernesto Salo. I mean, basically, it's all been read by several people online, including Pam Esquire. Everybody knows what's up with you. Everybody knows. You know, lawyers, prosecutors. You know, you're a perfect example of what a person should strive not to be. Ernesto, let's keep it going though. Here we go.
Do all that. I don't want to do that. I already just tough it out before I do that. That means I don't want to go through that. What you say? Excuse me?
I'm just at a loss.
Oh, you need to hold on to that
But
wall.
what I'm doing, I know, right? But what I'm doing is,
Yeah, you know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
I say what it says that she's trying to pin him down for years, but he is keeping hope alive for his ex-wife. That is true. That is true. As if Shirley would have or will taken him back or showed any fondness for him, he would forget the name Sonia in a second. He'd be like, "Who are you? Who are you, miss?" Well, I don't know who you are. He'd be just like that.
I'm listening to everything you said. I'm paying attention to it because you know what I would do? I would listen and then I would just be like, whatever. And then I'll keep pushing and I'll keep pushing. And that right there is something that I don't like. So why am I doing it?
What you pushing? What you pushing for?
I'm pushing an agenda that I need to stop pushing.
What your sister be doing? Your sister do the same thing. You don't fall into that goddamn hole too. Oh, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not doing.
No, and what did I tell you yesterday? I have a problem chasing a little. I have a problem, but you can't chase somebody that clearly don't want to be chased. Is what I'm saying.
So is that my case?
Yeah.
Straighten your business, because you don't know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about.
Why seek knowledge? She has the power. Kind of like the way she slow walking this rabbit buck down. Slow walking this rabbit buck down. He is really at her mercy, and he is used to.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I'm just not outside out there. I'm not outside, and I can't.
And I understand that part. That part.
And I can't come and play. Like you like me to play at the merry-go-round. I can't do that right now. So what you want me to do is you want me to come all the way in on something that you already know, but you want to hear it. But you can feel it if I'm long distance, if you really want to feel that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what? This is the thing too.
This your third time
doing this shit. Listen. now.
No.
It's because, listen, because you say certain things, and I sit and I think about stuff after the fact.
Okay.
So I mean, he does return something, and something back to her, which is what would you call it? A simulation of affection and attention. But other than that, I mean, she's really just, I mean, she might as well just, I don't see why she's even wasting your time. Dude has some serious, though he doesn't think so. Some serious, charges against him, some serious counts. But, a lot of people, what they do is a lot of men who get themselves into trouble often underestimate legal proceedings and legal ramifications. They are convinced in one way or the other they're going to get out of it. I said what I said, breaks it down perfectly. The funny part is he thought she had some coins. Yep. So she has scammed him for attention. Yep. And fake compliments. The player got played. Bars. Exactly. She's getting attention, simulated affection at his under his efforts.
Resonate later. And I'll just sit there and I'll be thinking, like, every time I say this is what he says. Every time I say this is what he says. And I'm like,
what are you debating?
And when he says, it's always me saying something about him. And I'm like,
hold on.
Maybe what is happening here is I'm pushing an issue. And I shouldn't push an issue because I can't.
First of all, the issue.
Okay, let me pause right there for a minute. This is the first. So we're going to be following Ernesto a lot more in the future live streams. I'm just going to have to pump up my live stream volume though. But we are, because he's a very interesting lesson for men and for women on who not to hitch your cart to. Yep, prison calls. Yeah, you best believe. So let me pause on because we're going to go from prison calls to passport bros. We're going to go to prison for calls from passport bros. But just before I move forward, if anybody wants to say a comment about Ernesto, feel free to do so before I move forward. YC Canales says he is flailing. Yep. Sorry, didn't finish the last one. She's just toying with him. Yes, I said what I said. He is doing all that strong talk, clamoring to appear powerful, and we all see he is beneath bars. And maybe that's the value a man like this has to a woman who may not be, seen in society as as a strong person, is that it's very hard to get beat by a man in prison, unless it's somebody like Diddy. It's very hard to get beat. I mean, he's there for a reason because he got beat by society. So basically, yeah, how to avoid a scammer. Yep. Tiffany Jackson in the house. It's good to see you, Tiffany. So let's move forward. We're going from prison inmate Ernesto to some men that have a very strong message to send out to all those people concerned with the passport bros. Here we go.
Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. I'm not going to apologize for the actions of one man over in Kenya. I'm not going to do it. Everybody see.
Here's the funny part. Right off the bat, I couldn't even play this for very long. But that's one of the problems that black men we have in our community is we don't apologize for anything one of our friends have done or one of our friends of friends have done. We haven't, the problem is not really just that. It's not checking these people, these men that are doing this stuff. Everything that happened in Kenya, and don't ask me how he tried to frame this as something that only happens in Kenya. What happens in Kenya happens in the United States a lot. So basically, this is the problem we have is a lot of us in our culture, even the older men, as he's probably around my age. We often do not take responsibility for our, what would she call it? Our reputation. And he should absolutely say, look, I take responsibility for it by calling out that busted fool, Jello. That's right, Jello, not J-Rello, Jello, because he's really, technically, he's mentally soft. So all the time, he should be denouncing. The first thing this man should do is denounce Jello first. And then after doing that, he can say, but that he doesn't speak for all of us. The problem is, ladies and gentlemen, he speaks for a lot of us. At least 50% of the men have abusive nature to them, and maybe even more than that. I'm not even talking about the psychological abuse. I'm talking strictly physical abuse. Remember, Jello strived. He actually thought he could film himself abusing a woman. And the abuse started long before the smacking. It started all the time that he was trying to convince her, and she said, no, 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 but he kept doing it. That's when the abuse started. When she said no, it should have been, okay, that's a wrap. And if he really wanted to, if Jay really wanted to film his illegal film, I'm just going to say that because I'm trying to stay PG today. He would just have to grab or find somebody who's down for that. She was definitely not down for that. Here we go.
See the viral video that's going around about the guy who crashed out over there. And now these black vloggers are rushing to make videos apologizing for his behavior. Oh, not all black men.
Shout out to those who are apologizing for his behavior, because we should. I mean, that's just the way it goes. It's like the NFL. They apologize to other people for, companies apologize for the behavior of their employees. And they may not be, well, they're liable, but even if they weren't technically liable, they still would apologize for him, because it's the right thing to do. It's like, hey, maybe there was something we could have done as an entity to make this person act right. So, yeah. So Tiffany says, DJ Torch, why do you feel black men are so physically and psychologically abusive to black women? Because Tiffany, they have no one else to really abuse. They, don't get me wrong, they do abuse other races of people, but for the most part, usually the closest person to you is a person that you use as a punching bag, because other people ain't gonna have it. If these men would have used the same abuse they do on black women on other races of women, our incarceration rate would literally almost double, because of two things. One, society as a whole, they don't hold black women as desirable in general as other races of women. And what I mean is, as far as for protection. Secondly, a lot of black women protect these abusing men. A perfect example is Kiki. I think she took back her abusing monster. And it's not totally their fault. It's a brainwashing per se, a brainwashing of how society has tried to brainwash black women into thinking they should protect the men that abuse them, which at most 90% of the time are black men. So that's one issue. And let me make it clear, I'm not blaming black women. It's really the programming that has done that. So basically the key is that if the best advice I can give a woman, if I'm going to give you advice, really I shouldn't, But is if a dude abuses you, make a plan to escape because it can get that bad. I was really shocked to find out that a lot of men in our community don't believe this, the femicide rates and the abuse rate in our community is really a huge problem. It's not only a huge problem; it's like problem number one or two in our community. It's a close second, and we got to try to fix that. And it's really not a black woman's job to fix a man's defects. And you have to understand it's not your job to fix a man's defects. But for self preservation, if you do see a man and he's showing defects and it starts usually verbal, get your track shoes on. Because those who don't, it doesn't turn out. Believe it or not, a lot of the women that are subject to abuse, a large portion of them are pick-me's. The ones who just had to hang in there with that brother one too many times and either ended up with a black eye or a trip to the upper room. I kid you not. And that's why we're going to be going to have, I'm at the very least going to start releasing videos on the troubles of abuse in our community. And that way, if somebody wants to see it, they can see it. If they don't want to, they don't have to. They can just click play or not click play. But the reason why is I want to do it is more so to show the men what your friends are doing. Because I don't want to say you're doing it, because of course you're not. But I want to show you what your friends are doing to the women that most support you. The women that most support you. So let me play what this guy's saying. Here we go.
And I like that. Obviously not. Because his actions don't reflect all black men. But when you make videos like that, you buy into that narrative that if one black man does it, we all do it. Those days are over, man. Let me tell you this. Here's the nitty-gritty. There's nothing you can do or say as a black man that's going to change the attitude of some people and what they think about us. Our image is so messed up around the world that you can't do anything to mess it up anymore. All we can do is improve it. But let me say this, though. Let me stop. I should have said this.
I'd like to hear his suggestions on how we can improve our reputation. I mean, obviously, I don't know about you, but I didn't see a lot of men checking Jello. They were just letting him do what he was doing. And let's make it clear. I'm going to be saying this a lot. He is one of the most popular passport bros, okay, in YouTube history.
The beginning. Because I'm hot, man. I've been dealing with this shit my whole life. This new generation, man, it makes us look weak. They want you to bow down. They want you to apologize and bend your knee. Get up off your damn knees. He doesn't reflect all black men. Why is it?
A large portion of them. Just remember, ladies and gentlemen, the largest market on YouTube for black men, okay, is red pill content. Red pill content, okay, is the primary source of income for black men on YouTube. Unless you're an outlier, and you're in tech or something like that, it's the number one genre for black culture. And Passport Bros is a very, very, very large piece of that pie. They are a subsidiary of the red pill culture. They basically have the same beliefs, okay, but they take it one further and will go elsewhere because of their ideology towards black women in the United States. And let's make it clear, the ideology is towards black women because they do not have the same feeling for other women. And you're going to see that later on in this live stream. In fact, let's get right into it. This is the behavior. See, let's ignore what this, let's take a deep breath and listen to a few more bars from this guy. Okay, we're going to put them on here in a second. I don't know why this is running like this. Maybe there's a whole lot of people on tonight.
That we have to carry the weight of the Hitlers of our race. We got to carry that around. That's a heavy weight to carry around. I don't speak for all black men. That's what I should have said at the beginning. When Vitali crashed out over here, you didn't see white men rushing to make videos apologizing for his behavior and apologizing, saying all white men aren't like that. They know he's an individual. That guy over there is an individual.
Now, here's the issue. Here's a big issue. Why Seeking Knowledge, thank you so much for the 1999 super chat. I do believe black men and black women won't make it to the finish line without each other. But until they realize their faults, we're stuck. Until our males become men. Bars. 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 Let me let that sit up there for a minute because those are some important words said right there. Now the thing is this is basically there's a large group of men that made Jell-O popular in the red pill space. Otherwise, we wouldn't even know who he was. How did he get famous? How did he get famous for being so broke that he couldn't catch a plane back home? Okay. And then why is he still popular now? He's still popular now after admitting to committing something that would put him in for 10 years in the United States. Tiffany, you nailed it. Chris Brown, Diddy, Offset, ASP Rocky, Tristan Thompson, Shannon Sharp, Shaquille O'Neal, Angry Man, Fit, Fresh and Fit, Kevin Samuels, Jonathan Majors, Jesse Lee Peterson, Jason Whitlock. Yeah. So the funny thing is, Tiffany brings up a very good point. Yeah, maybe that one guy doesn't represent all of us, but there's a lot of guys who per se don't represent all of us. Tiffany's just getting started with the list. Tiffany's just getting started with the list. I mean, DDS isn't on there. We could throw him in the mix. Man, R. Kelly, we missed him, right? So I understand this guy's argument. The problem is we're not doing anything about it. We're not doing anything about it. So let me break it down like this. I want to show you how the Passport Bros are from a Passport Bro channel. This is how I would say 60 to 65% of their conversations go.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah. Look, see, audience, see? No. I want to make this point. No, Razor, mute them for a minute, man. God damn. You piss me the fuck off, Razor. Mute them. I'm trying to get some jokes off and you won't let me do it, man. Mute these stupid bastards.
Yeah. That is what you'll see on the channel. And hey, if you're into that entertainment, it's a great spot to be. Cuss laden. But the bottom line is what's funny is that this video by Razor Rays, excellent work, Razor, by the way. is a depiction of the group of passport bros, of how the passport bros think. I mean, this guy in the green, the guy who's not the best looking guy in the world, you know, they diss him for being overweight and whatever, which is weird because then they want to diss women for being overweight. Charlemagne, I said what I said, good point. And they don't realize how far gone they are. Austin Holloman's explicit labeled defense of of passport bros, where he states, we don't R Bs, we don't hit Bs, we don't abuse Bs. And you know what the B stands for? I'm trying to make this PG tonight, but it's hard. They make it hard. You know, it just goes, the fact that he's using that as a defense while disrespecting the people he claims he's not disrespecting tells you everything you need to know.
Oh, just go ahead.
Fuck, man. Okay, look, you got 5 niggas in a house, and I've donated more to your channel in one day than these monkeys have. They're coming to your channel asking your audience. They're coming to your channel asking your audience to donate to them. I've never asked your audience to donate to me. I donate to you, nigga. And man, don't you ever? Like don't you ever?
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that an amazing behavior? I don't even have to say anything. Welcome to a passport bro world. Welcome to the passport bro world. They tell you these stories, and they are stories about looking for wives abroad. Sounds even funny saying it. When they will tell you themselves they paid to play. They pay for play. They paid. And not only sometimes with money, sometimes they pay with their lives because they're so lonely and broken that they will go abroad, risk life and limb, you know, at the hands of either the criminal element there or the dopamine queens for one of the world's most basic needs. It's not like they're not even better people when they come back. You know? Oh, Mr. Lavender is quite perturbed. Tiffany has more for us. Future, R. Kelly, Chad Ochocinco, Umar Johnson, Kyrie Irving, Michael J.B. Jordan, Gilbert Arenas, Terry Crews, Charles Barkley, Uncle Luke, Campbell, Tyrese Givens, Steve McNair, RG3, ...
Never in your goddamn life have me sitting on hold for these fucks.
And he thinks this man right here, he literally thinks he's like a high value man. He really does. He thinks he's a high value man. He does. He thinks he's a high value man. Let's keep it going now. I don't want to sit on anything, you know. This is something I found very interesting. Here we go.
But I was never,
Austin Holloman. This is Austin Holloman, and it's important what you listen to what he says here. I'm going to let him tell his truth. I'm going to let you listen to his truth. I'm not going to interrupt him when he tells you his truth. Here we go.
Having sex as I should have been. I go to the gym as well, and I was 24 years old. But because of my alcohol and me being lit very often.
Let's sit on that for a minute. That's something we need to sit on. Let me bring it back one more time. We need to sit on that for a minute. Here we go.
I go to the gym as well, and I was 24 years old. But because of my alcohol and me being lit very often, I made.
I need to bring that back one more time. When you're a DJ and the beat is pumping, when that beat is pumping and people, they can't get enough of that jam, you remix it. You remix it. Here we go. This is coming out of his mouth. Here we go.
And me being lit very often, I made the bad decision
Okay,
of having
the front to make sure the context is perfect. Here we go.
having sex as I should have been. I go to the gym as well, and I was 24 years old. But because of my alcohol and me being lit very often, I made.
When you are lit very often, what does that mean? Everybody put something in the chat. What does it mean when you're lit very often? Please put that in as a definition as I do a few shout outs. Brina West in the house. Tiffany's in the house. Why Seeking Knowledge is in the house. I said what I said is in the house. Why Seeking Knowledge, thank you so much for the $19.99 super chat. Deontay's in the clouds. I think Darnell's probably in the clouds too. And I thank you all for being here on this Sunday night. You don't have to spend a moment of your time. So high off weed. Be the high off weed. I said alcohol. So here is a man who his income is being a role model for other men. And he's admitting to us that he's lit quite often, which makes him, by definition, by his own description, an alcoholic. By his own description, and his own words in clear, clean context, he is an alcoholic. And I had that idea. I've seen signs, but I would never say that because his eyes are always red. Let's keep it going.
The bad decision of having unprotected sex.
And he admits to having unprotected sex. Let's fast forward a little bit. Let's go on. This is an excellent lesson for everybody. This is an excellent lesson for everybody. If you're, as a woman, if a man that you're attracted to wants to get lit all the time, that's not a good sign. He's got some demons. He's letting the alcohol handle, he hopes. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this. This little boy in a grown man's body is so irritating. If your mama has to raise up at you, then you answer by justifying your dad's DV against her, big bars, while you living in her house. Straight up evil, perfectly said. Brina says he tends to slur when he's speaking sometimes. Yes, because he's lit. He's fighting demons. I'm being nice by saying that. He's fighting demons and losing, basically. So if a man who is fighting demons and losing and admits to being an alcoholic, which is a problem, maybe, I don't know about you, but as a human being, I'm probably not going to take his advice about relationships because he's clearly not in condition to give any good advice. He gives good, decent feedback from time to time, like, it's all women can be messed up around the world. But when you think about it, you're looking through the lens of a man who is conflicted. Obviously, his relationship with his mother could be better. I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm definitely not going to say it's good. He's got these things he needs to work on, but he runs from them like a lot of the passport bros do. They run from their problems. That's what that you want to know something? That is one of the biggest attractions they have. Running abroad to different spots. You don't have to deal with relationships at all, male or female relationships or interactions with because you're lit all the time. Like he said, a large portion of them have unprotected sex. Let me play this little clip right here. Pause it for a minute. That was a beautiful, she has a great intro though, but we want to play what dude is saying right here. Here we go. This is dude who played a little bit too long. He played a little bit too long in the wrong spots. Let me bring this down for a minute. Check this out. You see the marks right there? You see the marks? You see the mark on his lip? This is what's going down. So peep this. Last week, he's saying this. I stepped out on my bae. So he has a girlfriend, right? And the fact that he's calling this woman bae means that he loves her, or not necessarily loves her, but he thinks he cares about her. Let's just say it like that, because why would you step out on somebody and hurt them by stepping out if you really cared about them, right? With this fly little John, I met at the club. Now, I don't know if he means John by like a dude, but either way, it's bad. It gets bad. Watch. We was vibing heavy, and one thing led to another. Remember, he's got a woman at home. I ain't end up cracking her, but I did eat it looks like booty. Okay. So I slid out back to the crib after we was done. This is what he's saying. Next morning, my mouth was burning. This is what dude said. My mouth was burning. Okay. So I look in the mirror. Bro, what the F is this? I mean, it's not funny. It's funny, but it's not. It's funny that karma, literally, he got karma. Well, probably, quite honestly, he's probably been cheating on the woman he calls his bae more than once. But let's just play. Let's spin it.
Welcome back to my channel, guys. First and foremost, I do have to say I apologize because I know this right here is very much disgusting, but I wanted to come out here. I want to talk about my younger, beautiful Black girl so that y'all can know exactly what y'all are going to be getting yourself into when you go out here and get involved with these lowest hanging fruits of society. Black woman, I have told you guys over and over, I truly feel like by y'all going out here, exploring your dating option, it is literally self-preservation at this time and point, because at the end of the day, regardless of the good girl, regardless of the good woman that you are to these male don't value you. They don't cherish you. They don't appreciate anything that you have to offer them.
Very, very good point. Very good point. This man knows, because let's face it, the word bae, when you call a woman bae, that is basically, in the old school, the love of your life, or whatever you want to call it. He's so naturally promiscuous and narcissistic. He has no problem treating his woman at home poorly, waking up to super karma in the morning. It's not about, when these dudes cheat, how many times do I have to say it's not about you? It's about their demons. Look at what he got. Look at what he got. Look at what he got. That's nasty. Oh man, I hope she didn't take this dude back.
So Black woman, I'm not saying other race of men, all of them are going to treat you like the queen and the princess that you are. But I do encourage y'all to go out here, explore your dating option, because by you simply exploring your dating option, you will then be able to weed out all of the men that aren't willing to give y'all that treatment. But with that being said, guys, I just came across here this that you guys are viewing here on your screen. And once again, I apologize, but I think it is important for us to talk about this subject. So as y'all can see, this dust bucket, he's not smart enough for him not to come out here and put his ugly ass, rotten ass mouth out here, because if you're this not only stupid enough for you to go out here and literally dig a woman out that you literally just meet, but you're
right
stupid enough also for you to come out here and post yourself. And to be honest, I feel like the saddest part about these type of predicament is you guys already know these.
Oh yeah, I forgot to let everybody know. It's been said that Jello got some Jello. Jello apparently stated that he got some Jello when he was, bouncing around like a pogo stick, making these movies. So, yeah, this guy got karma. Jello got karma. He got karma. He got it. So let's get back into the mix here. I don't know why we don't learn our lessons. So basically, if you were to take all the episodes of the Passport Bros, I would say a good 40 to 50% of them, there was some type of drama or issue they had. And what I mean is that either they caught something, or they caught some dopamine, or they had to run for their lives or something, or they got robbed. I mean, so they're putting all this effort into really a losing cause. I mean, they're literally going to impoverished locations all over the world, the majority of them, because maybe there's about maybe 10% that might actually go and travel for traveling. But then that way they wouldn't be passport bros, they'd be travelers. So yeah, this is what they have to offer, but there's even more to it. Check this out.
Now that my lawsuit is no longer valid and it's all said and done with, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how I got caught up in Africa, in specific in Kenya. And I will make this very clear. It's not with a Kenyan. I will make that clear. With a Chinese baby. And the baby's not actually Chinese, but I'm just telling you guys that as a sarcastic way of saying that the baby looks so much not like me, he might as well be more related to a Chinese man than me. So he's not actually Chinese. I'm just saying that to be an asshole. Now, I'm Austin Holloman. Like the video, subscribe. I'm going to give you guys a brief introduction for you guys that don't know who I am. I'm Austin.
He has been raw dogging so much that he caught a paternity case. And he may have escaped out of this one, but I guarantee you not. There are some Austin Holloman babies running all over the place. because Austin has the same history as his father. Rolling Stone. Papa was a Rolling Stone. You've heard what his mother said about him. There's nothing more else to say. Let's keep going though. Here we go.
Holloman. I am a world traveler, living in Kenya now.
He's a passport bro. If you took the description of what he does abroad, he would be defined as a passport bro. He gets lit. He raw dogs. He doesn't really pay attention to all the beautiful scenery, whatever around him. He doesn't tell you that much about the food. If you watch a conventional travel channel, their primary focus is on the travel, the restaurants, the hotels, the beaches, the rivers, if there's rivers, the historical spots, museums. You see where I'm going with this. You ain't getting this from a Passport Bro channel. You're just not. If there ain't a red light in that area, they ain't telling you nothing. He looks exhausted in this photo, by the way. Here we go.
And I first discovered Kenya in 2023 of May, and I loved it, came back, and June 2023 is when all this started. So when I came back, if you guys don't know.
Oh, he was just there for a month, and he's already in a scandal. Remember, this is the same gentleman. He got kicked out of Brazil. Okay.
Africa is the home of its unlimited women, not just Kenya, just Africa in general has unlimited women. I don't know what the hell is happening here. Maybe it's the huge population and the fact that people are still outside a lot that makes it seem that way. But if you are a Black American, it's besides South Africa, it seems that you can go anywhere on this continent so far from where I've been, and like the desire is pretty high. And coming here to Kenya, that applied here as well. Now, I was 24 years old at the time when I arrived in Nairobi, Kenya for the second time. And this was me still being new to the lifestyle of pretty much doing.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, if you would have taken a Passport Bro lifestyle and a woman would describe the same thing, these very same men would call her a 304. With that said, why don't we call these men 304s? Because they are literally having sex as much as they possibly can. That's what they're doing. Austin's channel is the same that it was when he claimed to be a Passport Bro. And that is to how to get women in bed. That's his goal. Which is fine, but just don't say, that's like when somebody was saying, who says they're not red pill, but if you watch them, all they do is sit up and take excerpts out of, a Kevin Samuels video. Oh yeah, you got to be submissive, and oh yeah, and you got, you're not fit, feminine friendly, but they claim not to be, red pill. If it quacks like a duck, basically. So anyway, let me keep moving with here. I'm going to switch this up and bring you something new. Here we go.
How to guarantee no man ever loves you. Step 1. Ask him to love you. As a matter of fact, beg him to love you. Get on your knees and beg. Make it seem as though he is the only man on earth that you could possibly be with for maximum effect. Step 2, always sexually objectify yourself. Make sure every time you leave your house, you're wearing as little as humanly possible. Basically, be naked, guaranteeing that every man you come across will only see you as a sexual object for his gratification. Step 3, sleep with him on day 0. No need to wait until the first official date. Instead, when meeting him for the first time in real life, go over to his house late at night, and within the first couple of hours of knowing him, sleep with him. This will guarantee that you give your body to him when you know as little as humanly possible about him. Step 4, let him bust a nut inside you all the time, because you're the fun girl who doesn't think of consequences, and you want to maximize your chances of having a baby with a man that you don't even know. Step 5, have sleepovers constantly, like 4 days.
You know what's funny to me is a man giving women advice when he should be giving a reverse version of this advice to men. It just shows you how disillusioned people are. Yeah, exactly. Now, see, the funny thing is that basically, I'm going to scroll down here. Most of the people in his chat are men. They're men. This is a man's channel. Why in the fuck is he giving advice to women? It's a man's channel. He's doing it because this is reverse disrespect. He's making these men believe that most women are like that. And I guarantee you, what's funny, I guarantee he does all of the reverse. He busts a nut inside of women he doesn't know. I guarantee you that he goes out there, if he does have a wife or a significant other, he cheats on them. He ends up getting that same shit that other dude did on his lips. That's just how they roll. That's just how they roll. Now we're going, where is this? Now, see, so I've gone over passport bros, red pills, dudes who got themselves infected on their lips. Let's go into this.
When everybody tell you, oh, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, let's switch it up big. FBI arrested cult leader. If you don't know who this guy is, it's David E. Taylor.
Deposition on the internet about David Taylor. His ministry is a cult. They are liars. I'll tell them to their face they're liars. And Jesus is going to tell them to their face when they stand before me. He's going to throw them into hell. I'm telling you.
So you don't see that there's any problem when you're ministering to the poor, the sick, the needy, to be appearing in Louis Vuitton and Versace?
Well, that ain't something I purchase all the time.
No, it looks like you did several times. And
I mean, I'm a very frugal person when it comes to this. I go to the right places to get a lot of suits, and if I get some from those places, you don't see that.
I don't see Macy's.
No, you don't see that, because Macy's don't have the kind of suits that I wear.
And so y'all know I'm dressed down in my sweats and everything today. Yes, this is a Ferrari hat, and I saw it when we were in the Ferrari store. You have a new.
Here's the thing. You might say to yourself, wow, he's got a scam going, good for him or whatever. Guess who he's scamming from? Right. Deontay says he's such a cartoon character. I don't know how people took him seriously. Yeah, it's that charisma that gets him.
You have stocks.
I mean, he doesn't have charisma, but the cartoon character type, it gets money going.
Collectibles, valuables, gold, silver. Some of you have land. Some of you got oil wells. You may have 20 oil wells, and God said, give the ministry 5 of them. You don't have to just give in money. You need to give in possessions. Don't persecute me if you don't have it. All these people who's persecuting me saying I'm a warlock and I'm teaching false doctrine are liars.
A few moments later.
Also breaking at noon, 2 pastors now facing federal charges in a $50 million labor and money laundering scandal linked to a Houston ministry.
Religion is supposed to save souls, not bankroll real estate empires. But this one dude right here used prayer calls, fake miracles, and Jesus told me threats to build a $50 million scam machine. David E. Taylor is not.
What a shame. What a shame. So many, $50 million. You know how many houses or people he broke? You have to have zero empathy to do this.
Not a fringe preacher. He is a CEO of a cult. And now he is filing court. And I hope he goes to prison. And I hope all those properties are taken from him. Let's break down how.
And the thing is that we have to, there are some, the thing is this, if we don't put people in prison that deserve to be there, our community will never change. It will never get better. You have to understand it'll take 10 good people to equal out the damage of one evil person.
How a so-called apostle ran a nationwide operation that looked less like a ministry and more like an organized crime syndicate. Let's get into it.
And tonight we are learning more about the nationwide FBI raids, including here in Central Florida, involving leaders of a church that appeared on televisions across the world. Good evening. I'm Greg Warman.
And I'm Martha Sigalski. Federal prosecutors say the leaders of the Kingdom of God Global Church used abuse tactics under the guise of religion to rake in millions of dollars. Channel 9's Zach Pampantonis was in Ocala today as FBI agents scoured just one of the many properties owned by the church.
There's more excitement around here than we've had since the wild pig.
Joseph Hildner said 5 loud booms woke this Ocala community Wednesday morning. A dozen FBI cars descending on this $2.6 million home. They did the same in North Carolina, Tampa, and 5 other properties across the U.S., arresting this man, David Taylor, the so-called apostle of the...
I would call him the Reverend Diddy, the Diddy version of Reverends.
So-called apostle. David Taylor. I haven't seen him in a while. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of old clips. That deposition that's on YouTube was spectacular. Total fail.
2013 and 14, you spent over, GMMI spent over $30,000 in your clothes. Does that sound about right?
What year was that?
13 and 14.
Oh God, yes.
Shout out to Cyber Dreams in the house, Tiffany in the house, Deontay in the house. Good seeing you. Here we go.
Traveling so much and sweating through all my clothes. Exactly.
Reverend,
probably wasn't enough because just have so.
But they have to be top of the line, expensive ones.
No, they're not top of the line clothes.
Louis Vuitton's not top of the line.
Those not where I get my suits from.
Well, you got something from them spent thousands and thousands.
Well, the belts are more lasting, so that's good.
Come on, you're buying belts for $5,000?
No, I mean multiple belts.
This guy is the OG scammer, using the Lord as a way to obtain ridiculous amounts of wealth, power, influence. You see right there, very interesting. The top of his head has the color, but looks like he is getting gray. He is getting older, obviously. But is this a surprise? Many people have used Christianity. I would say not even just Christianity. Many people have been using religion as a way to con people, to grift. And this is the OG grifter. I thought he was done, but I guess he was still out there making that money. And things apparently just keep getting worse for him and the people that he took advantage of.
Kingdom of God Global Church.
Always restore to us the joy of your salvation.
This video post.
What?
Oh man, I swear. Oh, this guy Hannibal does good work when it comes to this right here. He's doing good work. Here we go.
How about we want to check that out again?
Church.
Always restore to us the joy of your salvation.
This video posted to the church's Facebook page the night before the raid shows the emotional nature of Taylor's preaching, but agents say a system of cruelty hid behind the tears. They accused Taylor of running call centers out of these homes, unpaid staff cut off from the outside world, told to raise an unreachable amount of money in donations, and when they failed, Taylor deprived them of sleep and food.
This sounds like a cult. This sounds
that is a cult. It doesn't sound like a cult. It is a cult.
It's like he made a sweatshop of call center workers, forcing them to do ungodly amounts of work to get no money. Because remember, this is about the Lord. This is about getting money, resources to help the church. And he just had a sweatshop in America. This was not a foreign country. This is in America. Slave labor. Them trying to get as much donations out of people, probably people who probably can't afford to even be donating in the first place.
You understand Mrs. Frazier to be destitute. Under those circumstances, are you willing to give Mrs. Frazier back some of her money?
Link drop. Link drop.
Concerning her present circumstance, and I would love to do that if we had the money. Presently, we don't.
And he had them sitting there, and if they didn't get the right amount of money, which they said was unattainable, they deprived them of food, shelter, and you see right here, psychological abuse, forced repentance, lack of sleep, physical assault, and threats of divine judgment, which is probably the sickest part of everything, is if they can't raise enough money, somehow God is mad with him. That's extremely manipulative, disgusting.
Say since 2014, Taylor pocketed $50 million. A staff member at his Ocala house after the raid refusing to comment.
From bumper to bumper, just a black Suburban with opaque windows that you cannot see in or out of, and they were coming and going a lot.
They'll come to his ministry lured through promises of a free housing, free meals.
Pete Evans and Barry Bowen investigate religious fraud for the Trinity Foundation and interviewed some of Taylor's staff. They pointed to his far-flung properties and constant attempts to get his viewers to call his church, like you see here, as red flags. They say
the fact that he got away with it for so long is the hugest concern to me.
It's a well-worn playbook.
They would believe he's closer to God than they are, and he feeds on people's ignorance.
Nick is joining us live here in the studio. Nick, they also arrested the church's executive director. How much time are each of them facing?
One of them faces 8 counts. That's the executive director. One faces 10 counts. It's 20 years per count and a lot in fines, including all the properties can be taken from them. We're going to show you the scale of this operation here. They had...
Before they even get to that, it's not just the heat that there's people like him prey on ignorance. Yes, that's...
Let me pause it. We have 2 people to the stage. Welcome Deontay and welcome Cyber Dreams.
Hey Torch, hey Deontay.
Hey DJ, Cyber.
So what y'all think? What y'all think about this?
I'll let him go first.
Okay, no, hey DJ man. I remember this guy from a few years ago. When he at first went viral, it was about 8 years ago, I think, and he was like in some kind of disposition or something, deposition. Well, you know what it's called, but
deposition.
Yeah, deposition. I'm sorry. They've been on this guy for a minute, and I guess they finally got him, of course. But I had no idea he had whole teams of people that he was basically enslaved. You know what I'm saying? To get the word out like that. So he had call centers where if they didn't meet their quotas or whatever, he would deprive them of food and sleep and stuff and money. That's terrible. But my thing is, when you get to the point to where you are telling people that some kind of divine intervention is going to happen in a negative way in their life, if they don't do what you're telling them, Like, you another human being. How do you know? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, even an ordained minister can't tell you what God is thinking. That's not how it works. You know, I don't understand like the type of mindset that falls for somebody like this. Um, it's they must be struggling for something to grasp a hold to and to give them purpose. I mean, a lot of people are searching for purpose, but that he's preyed on the weak minded.
Right. Cyber?
Well, I'll say this is just a modernized pimping mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious to know what the excuse is going to be for this black man. What are they going to say? Oh, I told you them preachers is this and this and that, right? I want to know in 2025, why are these men still choosing degeneracy?
Right.
But he just took pimping and involved it into the church. I'm quite sure he didn't have a male staff.
True.
I would safe to say the women he was probably dealing with them sexually, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for that to come out. Yeah, this is just a evolved pimping mindset that these men have, and it transcends through all levels of their culture, black male culture.
Yeah. Always down for a hustle. Now let's get on to what I would call the meat of the matter. Hold on one second here. Right. That's not it. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, let me just go ahead and break it down like this. Here we go.
Oh man, so this is crazy right here. Now this is interesting for me for sure, because I understand the Lord. Let me just walk y'all through the situation through my eyes. All right, so this is Melli Monaco or Monaco's or whatever. She's Melli Arenas at this point in time because she is married to Gilbert Arenas, is his wife. All right. Now I stumbled across her platform probably 3 to 5 years ago in that time frame because around the time the manosphere was popping and many people that had red pill adjacent talking points, they were making content for men for dating and shit. All right. Melli was one of the ladies that a lot of men like watching her advice because she said that she was giving advice for men to get women that look like her and also being very sexual. Okay.
Right. Okay, so the name of this segment is Melli Gets Red Pilled. She literally got red pilled by her own talking points.
This guy right here, his name is MTR. You guys probably more familiar with him than me, or maybe not, but he created a lot of content that was focused in the black manosphere or the red pill adjacent content. Once again, he did something that many other of the manosphere content creators didn't do, which is he would sit down with ladies and reactions of red pill content and talk about them with the ladies, have discussions with the ladies. All right. Now, one of the people that he eventually sat down with was Melli. Okay. I don't know which came first or not, but these two went on a vacation or something like that with each other. I remember stumbling across this. But yeah, they was outside. So of course, everyone wondering, okay, they doing content together.
You're about to watch how these red pill men move. They are the biggest shysters ever. She really thinks that they're friends. Not boyfriend, girlfriend, but just friends. She doesn't realize that he doesn't think or operate like that at all. And she found out the hard way. Here we go.
They traveling, so people automatically assume that it may have been something going on. Then next thing you know, pretty much nothing followed up, and then we seen Melli pop up with Gilbert Arenas, doing a lot of content with Gilbert Arenas, and it simply just looked like she chose up. Attractive woman lands with a former NBA player. Makes a lot of sense. He makes a lot of money right now. Makes pretty much a lot of sense. Okay, now that brings us to this right here. I didn't even know there was any type of controversy between the two. But Gilbert and her speak on them falling out. I didn't know about them falling out at all. I think they could have just left this alone, but here we are. I'm about to watch this for the first time with y'all and see what they talking about.
Rumor went around, and then you got offended that you forgot. You got offended like, oh my God, I remember now.
Yeah. Should I say it now?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, guys. So me and him are not cool anymore.
Me and him, she's referring to MTR. I call him Empty Ho because he's got an empty soul. And basically, when he was doing a video with what's her name? The one who called all women low.
Melody, what's her name?
Melody, yeah, you got it. Melanie King, yeah. And Melanie King asked him, so how many women have you been with? And he laughed because she asked him, I think, over 100, over 200, and he was still laughing, if you know what I mean. So anyway, let me play this on. Here we go.
And it's not because of he didn't try to crack or whatever. It was, so we did some content together. And okay, so for those of you who don't know what's happening, went on a vacation, invited this man called MTR who has a YouTube channel that is pretty successful. And we went just as friends. Girl kept on saying that it's weird he didn't try you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, he just wasn't interested in me. That was the story. So
wait, he didn't even try and he wasn't interested in her? Okay. I mean, okay. I thought he would at least try to crack, and she's saying that he wasn't interested. That's interesting. All right, let's continue.
She makes it sound like, does it sound like she's saying that she paid for the trip?
This interaction is all the way weird. You know, I have my own sentiment about this woman. We've already established that this woman is a panderer and she degrades women on her channel. I'm just curious to know, why is her husband sitting up there giggling about it?
Right. That's the weird thing. Let's find out.
It's my bad.
Joey's trying to act like there's more. And I'm like, what is the more? Because that you were trying to hint me into like say that other part.
I'm just saying.
I forgot. I told him the whole story, but then I forgot that part. So why me and him fell out was pretty much, so we went on the vacation. It was okay. It was cool. And then so we did content. And then we're on our way to the airport. And I see that he works with people who post stuff for him. So he does the content. He has people posting for him. So he has a picture. He has a thumbnail. And on the thumbnail, so it's me and him because we did a video together. We're in the pool, having fun. And then on the thumbnail, it says, MTR got hacked active with Melli in the tropics or whatever. So I felt like, okay, I know the game. It's YouTube. We're going to clickbait shit. But I felt like, don't use me to act like you cracked, because that wasn't the case. And I kind of like felt offended. So I was like, maybe, he's weird.
And Melli, this is where the red pill got you. This is how most red pill men are like. He was using you, just like he used Melanie. He has no empathy whatsoever. Let's find out and see what happens. Let's see if he at least, helped her out and took the video down. Usually you want to have an understanding with the persons you do these videos with on what's inbounds and what isn't.
But as far as Gilbert is in this moment, is he showing her protection?
I don't know what he's doing.
To me, it seems like no matter what the situation is for these men, they're going to constantly protect men no matter what. His disposition entirely is protected MTR. He's laughing, he's giggling. This is his wife, right? So these men, even though they're married, they don't value marriage or the sanctity of marriage or boundaries or anything.
Right.
The second thing is, why is she married going on vacation with a coworker? If you want to keep it traditional, all the way traditional.
True. I'm not sure. That's the weird thing. I think their trip, MTR and Melli's trip, happened before she married Arenas or No Chill Gill, whatever he calls his name.
Well, that makes sense. So why is it a big old issue now? Like, do you know the time frame?
Basically, it's an issue because if MTR was her friend, he would have simply have just removed or reworded the post. My thing is not to really point out the optics or anything like that. It's to show you how cold-blooded these red pill dudes are. MTR has no capability of being anybody's friends. I know why. Other people know why. Psychologists know why. I'm not going to say it, but they know why.
Well, it makes sense. I thought this was like after then. I retract my statement.
No. I mean, it's still relevant. On the fact of the matter is that you'd think he'd have enough respect to after she got married or even in a relationship with Gilbert, that he would like, something that's not right. Let me go clean this up. We just at least put in there, haha, was just joking, or made it seem like that was it. But no, he made sure he kept it in there.
We're YouTubers, so he's like, oh, she won't care. So he posted it. So then we're at the airport, and I'm seeing the thing comes up on my phone. I'm on YouTube, and it shows up. So I'm like, wait, I don't like this. And I'm in a bikini too. He's behind me, like no shirt in the pool. So it's fine. But he said MTR got active. I got active with Melli Monaco. What? So I didn't like it. So I give him the benefit of the doubt. So I go and read the comments, and I'm seeing that he's liking some of the comments. So I'm like, fine, it's your page, you're liking comments. But then I was thinking, maybe you're just seeing if I am okay with it, and if I'm going to say something, and if I don't say something, then you keep it up. But I was like, I told him, I don't like it because you're implying something. I invited you on my vacation, and now I kind of like feel used and disrespected. So can you change the thumbnail? And then he said, oh, I didn't even see the thumbnail. I'm like, motherfucker, you saw the thumbnail because you're in the comments liking shit. So I know you saw it. So I told him, you're implying shit. I don't think that's respectful to me. Can you take it down? He refused to take it down.
Because he doesn't respect you. He never did. See, to men like him, which is the majority of the manosphere, she is a fucking resource. That is it. She is a supply chain for either content or whatever else. And she found out the hard way.
But I thought they treat these women, the preference, like they're, very well. I thought these men, this is the woman, her aesthetics that they strive for and who they do their best for, right?
You would think, but Cyber Dreams, I think really their preference is other men. I think MTR puts more effort into impressing other men than he does impressing women. I think he feels nothing for women except for basically an urge, and that is it. He is here to impress other men, to attract other men, to make other men like him and respect him. That's all he's looking for. That's it. Let me play a little bit more.
And then, it was like kind of like because we're seeing that in Jamaica's airport. So now we still have to travel together. And it's like, I'm kind of like livid. I'm like this.
And that's the thing, is they're still traveling together. Tiffany says, pick me women are dangerous women. Yeah, and it's, let me read Why Seeking Knowledge, and then Tiffany's message, and then both Deontay and Cyber Dreams. Feel free to jump in. All victims picked wrongs. I used to blame the YT man for their dysfunctional behavior because that was the reason they gave, until I noticed we had the same situations, but not degeneracy. And then Tiffany says, right? Instead of coming together as men and building schools, hospitals, and businesses, camps, retreats, centers, Black economics, they run quick towards scams, easy money. That this is for probably the preacher. And then Tiffany goes, pick me. Women are dangerous women, very much so. Are pick me women dangerous women? What would you guys say?
I think, I mean, yeah, pick me women can be dangerous, but women who are against them pick me's can be dangerous to each other. They create uh, friction between themselves that I think a lot of this stuff is really just misunderstood. Because I got a sister who she got called a pick me for the first time last year. Didn't even know what it meant, just because she was talking to one of her friends about how she went on vacation with her husband. Like she had a good time, and the chick just called her a pick me. Like, I'm like, I had to explain
Wait,
to her
she's married?
yeah, she's married. Yeah, but the girl who called her pick me isn't married, but she still was just saying like that's the kind of girl you are. You know what I'm saying? Because you do all this stuff, and my sister, she likes being a wife. She likes being married. She likes raising her kids. She's not a stay at home. She could be, but she teaches. She's going after her PhD right now. Like but because she says things like she takes care of her husband's stuff and when some of her sisters and friends hear that stuff, you can tell like they feel some type of way. But this particular girl called her one of her coworkers. Um, that's Gilbert Arenas' girl, but I'm not really sure what's going on because I was like out for a second. But Gilbert Arenas is a millionaire. I mean, he's not like worth hundreds of millions of dollars. But if you go back to that hard to find a man worth millions, argument, which is not even an argument, it's the truth. That's probably why she's sticking with the dude at the end of the day.
True.
Well, I think any woman that turns a blind eye to any low character behavior is dangerous. Anyone.
I would say that pygmies are dangerous in a way because they defend their husbands or boyfriends when they do some fuck shit like backstab their friends and families, and they don't check their husbands for vile behavior. Cause I have a cousin, he married a white woman, and that white woman is a pygmy, and she the worst kind. Cause look how you should see how they children come out the house. And she can't do nothing unless her husband agree with it, and I think that's bullshit.
Well, pygmies are kind of intelligent. If you look at it instead of personalizing everything, pygmies gravitate to the man's ego no matter what.
That can also be dangerous if they have
No,
children too.
because they have to remain in a safe space in a man's mind. For example, Gilbert got in trouble recently with the feds, so he's
He
fighting
sure
the case
did.
right now. So we're going to see how safe she really is. Get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When these men, when their livelihood starts to crumble around them, we're gonna see how safe she really is. Because for her to sit there with her husband, he's laughing and giggling when she is clearly in distress about the situation, is a problem for me.
It's a problem for me too. It's like, I mean, we don't really, quite honestly, I mean, it's not like we're super fans of her, but at the same time, we have empathy and we basically see the pain she's going through. This dude, MTR, is literally, excuse my language, fucking up her life for a fucking post. How cold-blooded is that?
And we're not privy to understand all of the how do you call it, the trolling that she's been getting.
Right.
We don't know.
And I'll say,
I
when
would
it comes to
say
Gilbert, I'm sorry, man, I was just saying, Gilbert, what he's shown us, at least publicly, since I've been following him since he's been in the NBA, Gilbert's not he's kind of an idiot. When he was playing in the NBA, he was a big time gambler. That's what he got in trouble for now with the feds, was a gambling ring he's a part of. He lost a lot of his fortune gambling, and he got in trouble when he was with the Wizards because while he was gambling, he got into it with another NBA player, and the next day he decided to bring in a bunch of guns. Now they were unloaded, but still, he brought them in the facility to like slash the dude, just to talk shit to him, and it ended up getting him suspended. And ultimately, nobody wanted to sign him again after that. Gilbert has a lot of weird takes. When it comes to his his point of view on sports and everything like that, and on women. So yeah, I can see how he can sit back and thinking this is funny. He's kind of immature, honestly, but he does have a very successful podcast, though, the Gil's Arena. So he's not a complete idiot, but just because you're smart in one area, don't mean you're smart in others.
Well, when you're a gambler and it sounds like at the level he's at, you can never have enough money. So I'm not sure how much he has left, but the fact that he's in trouble with the feds, I think he's in trouble with the feds for not paying IRS, right?
And not only that, his gambling house, his mansion that he was running, was for some notorious mob boss.
Oh, he's
forgot
screwed.
what
And you got to think about it.
And
Gilbert,
this guy, mob boss, is on the FBI watch list or something. So
Oh, you guys know what happened? I'm gonna take a stab at this. Basically, what happened is that his gambling got out of hand. He went in the red. They loaned him money, and he went right back out there gambling. Lost some more. They locked into him, and they told him to make us. That's how he's ended up the way he is now. That's my thinking. And so,
but he wasn't gambling. He was renting his mansion out for this criminal. This is
but
why
he was
they
gambling.
that.
He was gambling prior to that, though.
Okay.
The Italians call that a bust out. When somebody owes you so much money and they can't pay you, you take other things that they can do for you and exploit that.
Boom.
So yeah, it's a bust out.
Motherfucker really won't take it something down when I'm kind of like thinking I'm his friend, and you won't take something that I feel offended by. Like you can just change it. You can keep the picture because I get the picture, but change what you wrote because you're implying some shit that didn't happen.
Well, maybe. So I think we can tell that she's very upset. Let me read these real quick, and then I'm going to dive back into this this analytical look into her emotions. YC Canales says, yes, pick-me's are dangerous. Co-conspirators of dysfunctions of males. They blame the women just like men do, to no avail. I.e., somebody like, Chess Charday from yesterday, or, some other red pill woman like another really good one, a really top high-end pick me would be Dee Dee.
And you got to think about it. Pygmy women are they're the worst mothers because they will bring a man into their life and let their man actually violate their children. Actually, did I say that right? Or was I supposed to say daughters? Or it could be sons in some cases too.
Right. And then Wyatt finishes it off by saying they make the femicide roster just the same. Yeah. Pick-me's get on there quick because, see, the thing is pick-me's if there's anybody who's going to stay one day too long, it's a pick-me. And what happens is eventually sometimes the pick-me gets the man gets so used to walking over the pick-me. The first time the pick-me stands up for herself, she ends up in the back of a milk crate, a milk box. Tiffany says, pick-me's are professional fawners. Many lack identity from the man. They cling to these men because they are fostered nothing else in life. That is why they are dangerous. Exactly. And we're getting some good pick-me work done in here today. Okay, so anyway, yeah, you know something? Cyber Dream brings up a good point because check this out. Both of these niggas are bailing on her. Dude's laughing, as you said, Cyber. That's not the response you really want from your husband.
Exactly.
And you would have thought by now Arenas would have been like, he would have took that to MTR, like, look, nigga, you need to take this shit down. This is defamation. You need to take this shit down.
Just had a better stance. Like, just had a more stern, protective image in this moment, which he is not. So by his disposition right now, currently in this video, he's omitting protection for MTR.
Right.
And all of the rest of the men in this cryosphere.
Good point. Very good point.
He cracked, and that's why he kept it up.
Shut the fuck up. He didn't fucking crack. So then we're on the plane, but we sat in different seats because we didn't book the tickets at the same time and shit. So he's on one side, I'm on another, and then we had a stop. So I think the stop was in Miami.
So he laughed when he said he cracked or not. And he started laughing and giggling, right?
Yeah.
These men always try to negotiate a woman's past. Like, oh, you didn't probably had 100 niggas, or you didn't had this, you didn't had that. Oh, she for the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. It can't be both at the same time. Either you want a virgin or you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You want a young person or you don't.
When these guys say they want virgins, I think they talk about girls under 18, teenagers, kids.
But you got to listen to their sentiments and their narrative. They're always trying to negotiate a woman's past before they even meet the woman. This is their pandering strategy. Oh,
right.
Don't do this for a woman because she got 6 other men doing this. She got another man doing that. She got a man doing this. But this is her husband asking her about her sexual past with a man. And he's laughing and giggling about it.
Right.
Hey, you gotta think about it. Look who Gilbert Arenas' baby mother is. He just as colorist as she is.
Here we go.
We had to get our luggage, and then I think I couldn't find him for like the longest. And I was like, what the fuck? And then we got on the next plane. Oh, so then he has so we got to go through, how do you call it? Security. But since I'm not a citizen, I have to go through the long line. He goes through global entry, and then he goes fast. So I'm not expecting him to wait for me in the big ass line. So then we get on the next plane. I don't see him going in. I don't like nothing. So I'm pretty sure he made it. And then
Melli, he never liked you. He never liked you at all. You were ends to a means to an end.
finally get to Atlanta because I think I was coming out of Atlanta. And then he was just like, oh, you're here. You know, never checked on me really. Just, I don't know. For somebody you just went on a vacation with, it's really not the behavior that I was expecting. But I could understand like he wasn't comfortable because I told him I don't like something he did and he refused to take it down. So that's why I don't really fuck with him. That's the main story. So it wasn't
If you don't
about
fuck with him, you might as well just not fuck with any of these red pill niggas. Because they're all pretty much the same. They're looking for a return on something, whether it's sex or clout chasing. And see, it's the messed up thing of it all, everybody, is that him leaving it up is more valuable to him now than it was when he initially did it, because now she's married to a famous or former famous basketball player. Now, dude might be going to prison, you know, but this is how these guys think. They have no empathy whatsoever. That's how the red pill grew the way it did.
So the question is, why is she giving him empathy in her comments? Why she's not making a clear stance that I didn't like the comment. You insinuated that we did X, Y, and Z, and give it to him. When a woman says I don't really mess with him like that, you know that. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
When a woman say no, I do not talk to this man anymore. I'm done. She's not taking that position.
Right.
She's leaving like a gray area there. Why is she protecting MTR too? She's protecting him as well.
True. Okay, here we go. I'll play a little bit more and then I got something else.
he cracked and I was like, oh, he cracked and left me. It's it wasn't that. It was really.
I think, quite honestly, I think Arenas is taking his side.
Motherfucker cracking, then try to go shoot in the airport.
Remember, Torch, I told you last year, it's homoeroticism. I told you that last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's aroused by it.
Yeah. Yep. We did some videos on that.
Oh, he tried to
I
crack
got joking on me. I swear.
All right, let's peel this back.
Okay, let me pause right there. But yeah, basically I'm sorry, Melli. I believe everything she's saying. I believe that because Melli to me is the type of person that if she did let him hit, she'd say it. So what? They weren't, she didn't even, I don't even know she knew Gilbert at the time, but she got fucked over. She got fucked over by her husband and she got fucked over by this MTR dude. By then, she should know by now that, okay, I'm definitely not for this, because she's thinking that somebody is going to be honorable to her in a space where they have no honor. That's the problem she's having, is that she's a pick-me, but at times she kind of flips back and forth, but she's thinking she's going to at least be liked or respected by these men, at least in a way that, she's a coworker or collaborator. She doesn't know that these men, there's nothing in their soul, and they basically see her as a means to an ends and a piece of meat, and that's why he left it up. That's why he left it up.
She don't understand that pretty features does not protect you from misogyny.
Right.
She's going to learn the hard way. She's
I
going to
don't
have
know
more
why
lessons.
she chose to marry him after how he did his exes, especially him and Laura Gavon. They had a rocky relationship too.
My question would be, what's the benefit to her for calling MTR her friend?
Right.
Were they making money? How much money? Because she was
I don't
already
think it's sunk in
successful.
yet. Yeah, I don't think it has sunk in that he's a piece of shit. Let's face it. Anybody who would literally, let's say her reputation is not ruined, but it's hit. Anybody who ruins a person's reputation, anybody would call them, whether it's man or woman or man woman, would say, "Damn, you a piece of shit. Why are you gonna let a lie float out there and mess up a reputation of somebody who was actually working, especially when they were working with you, you know?" And I guarantee you, I bet you $1 she paid for the trip. I bet he didn't pay shit, because I bet he didn't have shit. But we'll hear later. That's my assumption, allegedly. That's what I'm thinking. So let me go.
Dante, you're quite quiet over there. What you doing, sir?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm multitasking. I'm listening though.
Yeah, he got that fancy phone, so he can do a lot on it at one time.
I hit the wrong button. I'm gonna kick myself out.
Okay, y'all. This spot that we've gone over this a few times, but I found one of my team found this clip right here. Here we go.
We are ready for our final real one with my final king. Come on in for his queen. Hello there, my buff brother.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Here we go, folks. Look. I call
What
this
is this?
segment
Ghetto balloon? Ghetto balloon pop?
Yeah, ghetto. I don't know how I missed that. Perfect idea. Ghetto balloon. Now, let me pop it right here.
Hello there, my buff brother.
I mean, let's hear what it. Let's hear.
How's it going? How you doing? Welcome to a real one. Would you share with these lovely ladies your name,
Stop.
your age,
Wait,
what you do?
stop. They all dressed up and he come up there with a white beater.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna go on mute.
No.
My name is T, 40 years old. I own my own dump truck business.
Very good. Okay, what would you say makes you
Business owner? Okay, yeah, right.
You a real one?
Man, I'm from the streets. I work out daily, and I just keep it real, man. That's
I can
about
tell
it.
you work out daily. I can't tell you from the streets, but I can tell you work out daily. What would you say you're looking for in a real one?
It's right here, man. Snow bunnies.
Oh, you like the white women?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Told you it gets funnier than this. Cause I already know what's gonna happen next.
Oh man. Okay, I thought I had to get myself all ready for this. Here we go, y'all. All right.
Okay, well that's why you're here, and I'm happy to have you here. Now let's go for this.
Remember now, there's not one black woman in that line, right? Keep an eye out.
Relationships, there are heartbreakers, deal breakers, red flags. What's something you wouldn't tolerate in a relationship?
I don't date black women.
Well, okay, that doesn't have anything to do with a deal breaker. So can you?
The three white women that pop their balloon, they know that he has an ulterior motive to dating them. That doesn't have to do with their personality, their perseverance, their character. It has to do, he's dating those white women because he doesn't like black women, not because these women are attractive to him. Because otherwise, why would you bring it up? Here we go. Yeah, Tiffany, as DJ, you be loving this clip. Wow.
You focus on qualities, not color, but qualities you don't like.
Okay, well, I don't
Let me break something down. I grew up in a neighborhood where there were barely any black people. So for me to find this disgusting, it's disgusting because it's like, okay, I'm used to seeing white women, or was, because I don't live there no more, but there ain't nothing happening, y'all. There's no difference. If you find a good woman, you find a good woman. So I can tell he grew up in a location where there weren't any Caucasian women. And now he's really a pick-me in reverse. He's a pick-me.
He said he's from the streets, so.
Yeah, he said he's from the streets. So basically, through probably what happened is that he got this anger, and thank God he's not dating black women. I don't wish what he probably does to women in general, but this is not a good dude here. And basically, what's happening is this: he grew up with black women wasn't having it. Now he's bitter. That's what's happening. He gives me, that's basically what I see.
And this is a prime example of jealousy. No matter the situation or the circumstances, absent of black women, these type of black men have to insert black women, no matter what.
Right. Yeah. So the thing is that when I see this, and from my perspective, I said, why are these guys bowing down, to these Caucasian women? They're just women like everybody else. It's like, it really bothers me. It's like, bro, this is embarrassing. He's literally a pick-me for Caucasian women.
I think it's because to make white women feel like they have more power over them.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing. It's like he sounds tough and he sounds dominant, but I guarantee you if he gets with one of these white women, they're going to be controlling him, whether he knows it or not.
No, he wants that slave bone jangle. What do you call that? What Shannon Sharp was doing with the other young lady, the slave. The race play. That's where I'm trying to go. That's what he wants.
Yeah. I was going to say it. We are psychologically damaged, whether people want to admit it or not, as black people as a whole. And it stems from that. And one of those things is the black men and the white women. That was completely illegal and taboo during that time. Even after slavery was over, it was still looked down. You can get hung for even looking at one. Even to this day, like we saw with Hulk Hogan, he told his daughter, like, dude, you don't mess with none of these dudes unless they got money. Otherwise, no. So it's that taboo thing. There are, we all got black family members who only date white women for the most part. I know I do. And they just think the ice is colder. They think the eyes is greener. They think the hair is straighter. And I don't know what it is, but and a lot of it is the attitude too. A lot of them think that the attitude is just, now this is the preconceived notion, because it's like, dude, you're not even you taking what you see off of some black women that they portray in the media, and maybe even in real life, and you just painting this broad brush against all of them, making them like, oh, every black chick is like this. But the vice versa happens. You get some nigga nutnuts out here, and you get some black women that paint every black person, every black man like that. So we got our own issues, man. But yeah, that white black thing is huge with some of these black men.
All right, here we go.
Allow woman.
Okay.
White women are quiet.
Wait, let me play this back.
To do with a deal breaker. So can you focus on?
Let me make sure we can hear this. Take it back a little bit. Give it a little volume pop. You know how we do it. Video. Where that at? Where's my volume at? There it is. Okay, here we go.
Okay, that doesn't have anything to do with a deal breaker. So can you focus on qualities, not color, but quality? Can't tell you from the streets, but I can tell you work out daily. What would you say?
Okay, let me put it here. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, there we go.
Say you're looking for in a real one?
It's right here, man. Snow bunnies.
Oh, you like the white women?
Oh yeah.
Okay, well that's why you're here, and I'm happy to have you here. Now let's go for this. In relationships, there are heartbreakers, deal breakers, red flags. What's something you wouldn't tolerate in a relationship?
I don't date black women.
Well, okay, that doesn't have anything to do with a deal breaker. So can you focus on qualities, not color, but qualities you don't like?
Okay, well, I don't like a loud woman.
Okay.
White women are quiet. Black women are loud.
Okay, once again, I don't need you to mention or disrespect black women. There's loud women in every culture. So can you move forward without mentioning race or ethnicity or?
Okay, so I like a woman that's submissive, right?
Okay.
White women, they listen. Black women don't listen to me.
I don't. Okay, if you're going to be disrespectful.
Oh man, I have to wonder whether this is a skit or for real, because this guy's ridiculous.
This dude is a joke. You know, hey DJ, you know, when he first said he like a quiet woman, not a loud woman, I wasn't thinking nothing wrong with that until he said, obviously brought the race part in. Cause I'm like, okay, I understand that. You know, you like a, you know, whatever, because that's just his preference or whatever. But when he said that strictly all black women is loud and crazy and white women are just quiet, I'm like, oh no, dog. Like you got a serious problem. Cause it's come on now.
Oh, I got it.
Point
I'm gonna
made.
give some pushback when you guys done.
Wait, a point made. Where did the term Karen come from?
Exactly. A loud in your face, in your business, but you don't need to be white woman.
Well, my pushback will be we all got the receipts of all these white women giving these black men a ringer. They're not quiet.
Yeah.
Ask Shannon Sharp. Ask Jonathan Majors.
Yep.
Nicole Brown, she was speaking from the grave.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Respectful to black women, then I'm gonna ask you to leave.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Okay, so I don't need to mention color.
Okay.
So give me a quality. So you don't like loud.
Yes.
You want a submissive woman.
Yes.
You have one more.
Yes.
Without color.
I like nice hair. Well, I could rub my fingers through it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
White women, hair silky. Black women, nappy wigs falling all off at the club. You know what I mean? Dry.
You're being disrespectful. Okay, that's enough.
This dude, man, he better go tell his girl to get a silk press. Man, I'm gonna tell you, like, I got this girl I was to mess with, DJ, and she's a black woman. She got very, very long hair. But she always wear like either in braids or like this huge like afro. I mean, it was like a 2-foot afro. And I liked it. And I remember I seen her one day, we was kicking it, she came through, and her hair was laid down like a white girl's hair, like straight and silky. And I'm like, is that a wig? I'm like, what happened? Because it looks straighter than a perm. Like, she said it's called a silk press. And she said she didn't get it permed, it was just a thing. I'm like, oh, after I saw that, I was like, dude, black women can do anything with their damn hair. Like, this is the most versatile hair on the planet. What are you talking about?
Right.
Like, this dude is he hates himself. You know what I'm saying? Look at it. He probably about, and I don't want to get into his height or nothing like that, because the host could be 6'8", you know, but most likely he not. So this is a little dude. He overcompensates with the muscles, got the shirt on. He only messed with white women, and I don't know who said it earlier, but he said that when he do get with a white woman, they probably control him, and he probably liked it.
Shout out to Sayla. Sayla, thank you for coming through. Sayla says, salute DJ. Chat, your title reminds me of a movie, Soft and Quiet. If you haven't seen it, please do. YT left the cinema in droves before the film could end. Okay. Well, I'll check it out tonight. Shoot, I just had, got me a little TV going on. But Tevin, what's on your mind? You still here? Oh, he dropped out. He dropped down. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna ask you to leave if you can't be respectful.
Well,
so okay.
Have a good one.
Okay. Yeah.
So basically, this is what I missed yesterday. And Tiffany, this is why I had to bring this up again. He has the opportunity to get himself a wonderful snow bunny, the one that he wants. Right? I mean, there's these lovely snow bunnies waiting for him, right? He'd rather insult black women and leave and continue to insult black women and leave than get the white snow bunny of his dreams. That you have to let that sink in, y'all.
I have a question. Is the term snow bunny, is that like a term of endearment or something?
It's, to me, this is what I get from it. It's from where I think a lot of Caucasian people see it as derogatory. Snow bunnies, jungle bunnies, you see what I'm saying? But for some reason, a lot of black men, they use it as a term of endearment towards Caucasian women, because even what's his name? Another person who's being indicted for scamming, Dr. Umar used the term snow bunny. I never use the term snow bunny. I'm not calling no Caucasian woman a snow bunny. That's just me.
White girls who
sound right to me.
White girls who have a specific affinity for black men, they don't mind being called snow bunnies. Hell, they'll wear snow bunny t-shirts and say, "I'm a snow bunny." And when black men say snow bunnies, for the most part, they talking about what we like to call real white girls, which is like not the ones that's, Kentucky backwood trailer or even inner city hood white chick. They talking about like the girl Jessica from the suburbs, like that go to the mall and every day and glitter and unicorns, and they know how to twerk and everything. It's very interesting when you run into those type of white girls and realize like they love all kind of black shit. They love black music, culture, everything, but they can't get the authentic thing from where they from until they run into, as they would call, real black dudes or real niggas, because they don't, so it is a connection that's made, and it's a magical connection, I guess, because they be looking for each other, the white girls and the black dudes. But yeah, so snow bunny is definitely, it's a term of endearment, but it's definitely something that the white girls like. They don't mind being called snow bunnies when they're chasing after the black man.
But I would also like to remind people of the history. There was this old Jet magazine article, and I believe the title was "Why They Chose White Girls." There was this old sentiment behind black men dating white women, because they said white women were considered free sexually in the bed. They do anything. They do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that these men have respect for any woman. I think that they're covering their misogyny and their hatred for black women, giving these other women, how can I say that? Giving them like attributes, which they don't really care. They don't. That's why I asked, what does this word snow bunny mean? They don't care. Look at all of the receipts of all the black men who have money. Their results of their marriages or their relationships. And also, I'm not. Let me not forget. I want to give Dante a little pushback on the Hulk Hogan thing. People were calling him racist, right? Excuse me, but he didn't alienate all black men. He said, "Get the black men more money." So how is he racist? That's just his preference for his daughter.
No, I agree with you. See, it's hard to really talk about that kind of stuff, because as soon as you hear them say niggas and black dudes in a negative way, you done. But I don't really fault somebody for having a private conversation that was never intended to go public to somebody who they trust personally like that, because we all do it. I mean, I'm sure if I have every single person on this wives' phones for the last 20 years or private conversations and made it public, all of us that said something crazy, racist, whatever you want to call it, that'll get us fired, canceled. Um, Hulk Hogan didn't, like you said, he didn't say, "Oh, fuck all these black people and niggas ain't shit but monkeys." He didn't say that. All he said was, "If you gonna mess with somebody, mess with the motherfuckers that got money. You got all these rappers around you with money, and you up here messing with a background dancer." I mean, it's the same thing that Britney Spears did. You got all these rich men around you. You up here fucking fell in love with Kevin Federline, your background dancer, and then he ended up hitting you up for child support and spending his spousal support. So I understand that aspect. Yeah, I don't think Hulk Hogan was a rabid racist at all. I mean, shit, the motherfucker was friends with Lil Wayne and them, and they dumbass used to let him say the nigga around them. That's a whole other story though. But I don't know how black people do that shit.
Yeah, maybe we'll do something on Hulk Hogan. I haven't done it yet. It's been a while, but I think it would be a good conversation to have.
Man, Lil Wayne and Baby was allowing him to say nigga, and they was all in Miami. This back in 2009, 2010, when Wayne went international. Like, because that's the first time people had heard Hulk Hogan was using the N word. Then the second time was obviously the audio recording of him and his daughter.
Damn.
If they all do it though, Justin Bieber be dropping the N bomb, all the motherfuckers behind closed doors. You know, like with them black celebrities. I mean, I guess they don't all let them do it, but like Lil Wayne, notorious for that. Drake, big. I mean, you know Drake, big time. Drake is a white boy, so he don't care about white people saying nigga around him.
Yeah. So any last words for tonight?
I did want to say one thing about the NTR guy.
Okay.
That was interesting. So remember Arlette on the Pop the Balloon show, right? So she came up with this thing because she was tired of people taking clips of her show and using it on their channel and monetizing it. And she kept getting it pulled. So she decided to come up with this new idea where she would accept certain channels and let them use her content, and but they would have to pay her a small percentage of the revenue they make off of any of her content that she allowed them to use. And a bunch of people got mad about that. And NTR he was real upset. Start talking about how it's us platforms that's keeping you up. I'm like, no, dude, you can't get mad at the content creator because you stealing her shit and using it to make money from it. When she tell you, I'm gonna come up with a deal or I'm gonna give you a piece of the pie, you get mad at her as if you helping her out somehow. Like that motherfucker got an issue, man. Like he needed to get hit in the face, but that non-violence, man. Anyway, that's all, DJ. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks, Deontay. Cyber Dreams?
Well, my last words would be I don't agree with any excuse given for the bad behavior of these males or these women. I don't believe that atrocities of the past is the cause of the mental state of the black male today. I think we should say what it is, not what we want it to be.
So basically, we can't keep giving passes from the past. Passes from the past. Get it? Anyway, we need to just judge people on what's going on right now because that's what it is. So yeah, I mean, I think we should understand the past, but at the same time, I think the point of view is we got to go with how people are now. So yeah, I feel you. Sela says, last words, study Suggs. There's a connection between black men who prefer white tea women and DL. I've heard that. I've heard that. Well, I'm going to do some digging on that. We might have to have another.
Yeah, it stems back from Claudia Jones. If you guys haven't heard about her, read about her. what's it, Toni Morrison, I think, and go check out a lot of those Jet magazine articles when this stuff was first coming into media. You know, like Dante said that it was taboo, but it wasn't public. The public was not privy to the minds of why this was taboo until they hit the media. It started hitting the magazines, and they started making articles about it, and they started interviewing black men back in like the 50s and the 40s. And when Jet magazine came out in the 60s and stuff like that, it really pushed this narrative, you know? But yeah.
All right.
That guy is a clown, and he's very ugly.
Right. From the inside out. I mean, but yeah, basically, his soul is gone. It's left his body. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DJ Torch. Please give Deontay, Cyber Dreams, and Tevin a shout out for coming to the stage. And definitely give yourselves a hand of applause in the chat. You were popping. Let me start this music, and I'm going to start giving some shout outs. Here we go.
Yeah. This one's for the queens. Strong,
First of
fierce,
all,
holding on to their dreams.
yeah, this is from Ghost.
Words to toxic lies. We rise
Yeah,
above.
Ghost dropped this.
Love real, no disguise. Yeah.
Shout out to Tiffany Jackson. Shout out to Sayla. Kevin in the house. I said what I said is in the house.
Disrespect women trying to bring shame.
Why is Seeking Knowledge? Thank you so much for the 1999 super chat.
We grind, we shine.
Rena West is in the house.
Respect over ego, love that will last. Not here for the boys stuck bitter and cold. We're writing our story, powerful bold. Leave them dusty, leave them broke. We ain't falling for the joke. Queen stay strong, never fall. Real love waits heaven, northern gold. Leave them dusty, leave them broke. We ain't falling for
That's jam. That's a jam right there.
strong, never fall. Real love waits worth more than gold.
I would like to thank everybody watching it live. Don't forget you can watch this on Rewind if you missed something.
Cause love ain't control, it's freedom and trust. Partnership solid, respect is a must. Until that one comes, we keep standing tall. Independent women, we winning
Yes.
it all. Leave them dusty, leave them broke. We ain't falling for the
Again,
joke.
everybody.
Queen stay strong, never
Thanks again for coming
Real
through.
love waits worth more